Welcome, welcome. We do have, just want to thank our sponsors again. Globus, Growl Data, Soft Iron, obviously Sanger, and of course RENCI. So RENCI is going to speak next, embodied by Ashok, our Deputy Director. Ashok is Deputy Director of the Renaissance Computing Institute and also part of the Department of Computer Science at UNC Chapel Hill. He's also Faculty Director of Informatics and Data Science at NC Tracks, which is a program here at UNC. And his research interests are data science, biomedical informatics, machine learning, and research cyber infrastructure. Ashok got his PhD from electrical and computer engineering, University of Florida. Is that a couple years ago, Ashok, I think?
It depends on how you define a couple.
Very good.
A couple decades.
So yes, you have a few minutes and take it away.
Sure thing. Thank you. Thanks, Terrell. Thanks for the introduction. Wanted to, RENCI has been is more than just a sponsor of iRods, as you know, and a sponsor of this user group meeting. We have been part of the founding. We are one of the founding members of the consortium. I started at RENCI in 2013, and I remember one of the first things that I was engaged in once I started here was how do we form the consortium? What's the best way to move the iRods consortium forward, etc. So we have been steadfast supporters of the consortium as a whole. And as many of you well know, all the folks who do all the great work with iRods, such as Jason and Terrell, etc., are really RENCI employees, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill employees. So we have always supported the consortium and tried to help in every possible way, because the consortium is an important part of what RENCI is and what RENCI does. So, to talk about what RENCI is, RENCI stands for the Renaissance Computing Institute. For all practical purposes, we are a research institute that is part of the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. But in some ways, we are also unique because we were originally started by the state of North Carolina to be a research enabler, not just for UNC Chapel Hill, but for other institutions across North Carolina. So we work closely with Duke and NC State right now, as the other R1 universities here in North Carolina. iRods is an important part of what RENCI does and what RENCI supports. We support it because it's something that's important to us, but also something important to the overall research community as a whole. I want to give you a couple of examples of how we use iRods internally. One project I want to talk to you about, Brainy. You'll hear a lot more about Brainy coming up in just a little while. I think Terrell and Michel Letano and Jason Stein and Oleg Krupa have been the key forces behind Brainy, which is using iRods to manage a large number and size of images of the brain, of mice brain. These are particularly mice brain. The Brainy project is unique in the sense that these images are very, very large because they are three-dimensional scans of these mice brain, using a fairly unique technology that only exists at a few places around the world. So many of these images can be terabytes in size. There's a great deal of desire to share and work on these images using methods such as deep learning. And the Brainy platform basically uses iRods underneath to manage the data behind it. And hopefully it's of interest to others. You'll hear more about it, like I said, later on. Another project where we are using using iRods, which is it's again a very interesting project, is EveryScope, now called Argus, I believe. And EveryScope is led by a professor in the Department of Physics and Astronomy here at UNC Chapel Hill, and he has designed this unique telescope that uses many, a very large number of cameras spread over a hemispherical dome to collect simultaneously image of the entire sky. And again, this produces a huge amount of data at fairly low cost. The entire setup doesn't require the type of expensive cameras that you need in other space telescopes. And again, the large amount of data that every scope/Argus produces is again being managed by IROD. So just want to give you those two examples. There are many more examples where we use IRODs for our own research projects. So IRODs is of course a versatile product. You all know that. It's an open source product, and that is something we are very proud of. That as a consortium, we are supporting this open source resource for anybody to pick up and use. But open source products only work if there is a strong force behind it, a community behind it, and you all are part of the community. So I thank you all for contributing to IRODs as a software and for working with us. Okay. So I want to just finish off by telling you, I told you a little bit about RENCI, but RENCI is at its heart a collaborative organization. We work with others. We like to work with others, and I think we are, in my own opinion, I think we're pretty good at it. So if, please check out the renci.org website, see the type of projects we do across a wide range of disciplines. Our primary focus is certainly biomedical, environmental, and social sciences, but we do other projects too. So please check us out, and if you think that there's something we can collaborate with you on, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay. So again, welcome, and thank you so much for supporting IRODs.
Thank you, Ashok. I think a lot of people have met you before in various ways. I know Stan said that, Tan said that you had been, with us in Utrecht in 2017.
Yes, that was one of my most fun trips.
Very good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go somewhere fun next year.
Sounds good to me. Let me know.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Bye.